Hey guys, what's happening? This is Forgo Nation, and today I want to talk about Molten Man and Minerva and ABX. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys already know that that Molten Man has replaced Minerva on Combat Villain Day. But here's the thing, guys, and this is the way that I'm looking at it. My Minerva is pretty well built. I mean, she's level 70. She has all 5-star Urus. The first and last gears are 25. I mean, skills are all at 6. She has a fully awakened Power of Angry Hawk set, and she has a CTP of energy with a 200% damage proc, and she has a mythic uni. So she's pretty decked out, guys. I got a lot invested in her, and I've only had her since the Captain Marvel movie. Well, here comes along Molten Man. Now, granted, he's free to play like Minerva. He doesn't need a uni like Minerva, which is great. But the thing is, guys, he's not that much stronger than her. With a fully built Molten Man on my account, can hit, with a CTP of energy anyways, can hit about, I'd say max maybe around 1.6 million. And my Minerva can do about 1.3 to 1.4 million on Combat Villain Day. The thing is, the beast has silence, you guys, and that silence is a real nightmare with Molten Man. With Minerva, she's so easy to play that it's not even funny. Easy as hell to keep the damage proc where it belongs, easy as hell to keep her alive, easy as hell to avoid being silenced. I mean, she is just awesome. But Molten Man, he's a little bit of a pain, guys. And the fact that he isn't really that much stronger, I mean, he's going to do around 200 to 300,000 more damage than my Minerva on my account, guys. He's going to do around, 10 to 15% more damage. Well, that's good, but is it good enough? Is it good enough? That's the question I would ask. And personally, I don't think so. For the headache that he is to play, I don't think so. But if you're a competitive ABX player, then yeah, it's definitely worth it. But do I really want, or do you really want to fully awaken these ISOs? That's a very expensive process. Or do you want to unequip awakened ISOs off another character to put them on him? Just for ABX Day. Yes, he'll be good in World Boss, but so is Minerva. Do you want to pay crystals to unequip an obelisk here and equip a different obelisk? The other thing is, when you level 70 a character, you got to use, Dimension Dust, Titan Component packs, and we've been having a lot of Tier 3s lately, especially native Tier 2s, and I don't know, personally, guys, I want to be a little bit conservative and kind of hold off and save my resources. We got an Iron Man update coming up, and I'm just kind of like, I know Molten Man's better and stronger, but he's just not better by that much. He just isn't, not to me. But like I said, if you're competitive, then go for it. Now, if you guys are like me, a lot of you out there, you really love Minerva and you have her well built already, I wouldn't even worry about doing Molten Man. What's the point? You're not going to get any better rewards after 100,000 anyways. Unless you're being competitive with yourself or with your alliance members or with other alliances, there's really no point. I mean, there isn't. Minerva's a whole lot easier to play than this guy, but we can take a look at my build real quick. He does have 16,000 physical attack. He does have 128 attack speed, 24 crit rate, 137 critical damage, max ignore defense, and max skill cooldown. All of his gears are 20, no Urus, and all of his skills are at 6. He has a stage 6 Power of Angry Hawk set, and he has the fire damage with 180% damage proc obelisk. No uniform, obviously. Now, the rotation, guys, if you're going to play him in ABX, now today is going to be no restriction day, so there's no silence here. So you might have to change the rotation a little bit. You might have to do a little bit more running around. But what I do is I just start with the 5, get the damage proc on the 5. As soon as he jumps up, boom, he's going to pop up and I just hit that 2 to get the fire resistance down. And it will work on the beast. It won't last for the full 5 seconds, but it will last for, a couple seconds, and that does help your damage. You'll hit the 2, then you'll hit the 3, and then you're going to hit the 4. Now generally when you hit the 4 and you have about 5 seconds left on the 5th skill, on the 3rd, we'll do this again. The 3rd time he hits, so he's going to go 1, 2, and then bam, you'd hit the 5. right there, and then hope that the damage proc will come back on the 5. The problem with Molten Man is his cooldown times. You know, this third skill, well, let's get out of here. That third skill has a 10-second cooldown. I mean, that thing has a 10-second cooldown, so you're not going to be able to use it every rotation. You got to use it every other rotation, which makes it a real pain in the butt. And the fourth skill is on an 8-second cooldown, and the fifth skill is on a 9-second cooldown. So it's a real pain in the butt to keep the proc where it belongs. And you'll see in the gameplay, guys, that my proc does get off. I do get a good run. I mean, he is strong. He can get it done. He puts up a good score for how mine's built. But unless he has a CTP of Rage, that's when he really shines. Now, personally, guys, I only have 4 CTPs of Rage, and I am not going equipping them. I'm not going to do it. I like them right where they're at. And I just, you know, personally, whenever characters need CTPs of Rage to really shine, I don't know. For me, it doesn't... I don't really care for it, you know? I don't really care for it. I mean, but if you guys got a CTP of Rage and you're a competitive ABX player or you just want to get the best score out of this guy, man, slap it on him. He's freaking insane with that Rage. He's great. But if you're just going to be using a damage proc, even a CTP of Energy, guys, he'll be better than Minerva, but it won't be by a whole lot. To me, it just isn't worth it, especially if you already have a Minerva already built. So guys, you know, let's go into the ABX gameplay and let's see how he does. Let's rock and roll. So this is the team you want to be running with, you guys. You want to use Red Hawk for his leadership, that's 60% fire damage, and you want to use World War Hulk Villain Uni for that extra 60% all attack from the team bonus that he's getting with Red Hawk. And guys, you want to start your rotation with that 5, then I hit the 3 to get the immunity up, then I hit the 2 to get the fire resistance down, I hit the 4, now I'm going to go back into the 5. And there the 5, it's the proc still remain on the 5, we're going to try it again. Boom. And we're going to hit the 5, and there's the proc. So far we kept the proc exactly where it belongs. Now we're going to hit the 2, we're going to hit the 3, now here the proc's going to get off. There it is, the proc went off on the 4. When the proc goes off, guys, do not go back into your 5th skill. Okay? Unless you got a CTP of Rage. But if you're using a regular damage proc, don't go back into the 5th skill. Just let the 4 play out because your immunity will be up from your 3. Hit your 2. And then go back into your 5. You'll see. I'll do it again. So we hit the 3 there. We're going to hit the 4. Okay, well, the proc's on the 5th skill, which is where we want it. It'll get off again. It always does. I think right here is where it's going to get. There it is. It went off. So I went ahead and hit the 3. I hit the 2. We're going to hit the 4. Then we hit the 5. The main thing, guys, is you want to try to keep the proc on the 5th skill. The main thing. So sometimes I kind of move the skills around a little bit to try to keep that proc where it belongs. So here the proc's going to probably get off. We're going to hit the 4. And the proc went off. Now watch what I do. The proc went off. I hit the 1 and then the 2. Now on Combat Villain Day, don't use that 1. You can get silenced. If your immunity's up from your 3 skill, go ahead and use the 1. If your immunity's up, go ahead, you know, you can use your 4 skill. But on Combat Villain Day, guys, it's real tricky, man. It's just way harder than Minerva, honestly. It really is. You know, if he has a CTP of Rage, it's not a big deal. Because then you still have a rotation, but there's a lot of leeway, you know, there's a lot of give for you. There's a lot of things you can get away with, and you can make a hell of a lot more mistakes and still have a great score. Whereas with the damage proc, keeping it on that 5 is vital for a good score. It just, I don't know. So, like I said, you know, guys, when it comes to Molten Man, I would just, if you already have a built-up Minerva, just stick with her. Unless you really love Molten Man or you're a competitive ABX player, I would just stick with her. You know, if you, I mean, I would. That's me, though. I plan on trying to save those resources. But, I mean, as you guys can see, he's getting it done. You know, No Restriction Day has a freaking, the Beast has a guard. And Molten Man doesn't have any penetration, and he's still putting up a great score. I mean, this is a good score. For the way mine's built, this is a good score. So, I'm not trying to crap on Molten Man, guys. It's just, I think that for the time being, for a lot of us out there, that Minerva, you're just better off with her, just to keep with her, especially if you already have her well built, or you already have a lot invested in her, man. I would just stick with her, guys. Like I said, after 100,000 points, the rewards don't change, they don't get no better, so what is the point unless you're being a competitive ABX player? So guys, let me know what you think about what I've said, and I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.